So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So first of all, welcome to the new year. I think this is my second class. Yesterday I had taken a class of the Hindu analysis on this YouTube channel. So for this year, this is the second class. Okay, and I hope you are aware that every Sunday at 3 p.m. we'll be having a weekly current affairs classes, and we are starting with the week 2 because we have already done November first week. Now, if you want to watch the previous classes, what I would suggest is, first of all, please subscribe to our channel. If you have not subscribed yet, go to the playlist, scroll down. I would suggest is, first of all, please go here, and yes, here you will find this weekly current affairs. So click on view full playlist and you can watch all these. So we have provided current affairs, weekly current affairs from January 2025 onwards. So 1 month will have 4 weeks. So we have covered for part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, like that. So for example, let's say you are attempting Jamia Aligarh exam or any other exam this year in March, April. So you are supposed to cover the last 12 months. So cover it accordingly, last 12 months before the exam. So that's why we are continuously providing. So November first week we have done. So in today's class, we'll be doing November second week current affairs. So let us begin with the first question. Who among the following recently inaugurated Co-op Kumbh 2025 in New Delhi? So it has something related with cooperatives. And you have to tell me that who is the Minister of Cooperation. That is actually the answer to this question. And the right answer is option B. Mr. Amit Shah is the Home Minister of India as well as the Cooperative Minister or Ministry of Cooperation. I'm sure you must be aware. Okay, so Co-op International Conference of Urban Cooperative Credit Society, Credit Sector 2025. It happened in November, Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following Indian states will launch country's first Women Wellness on Wheels vehicle? Now, if you read it, it says Women's Wellness on Wheels. On wheels means it is movable. It means it must be on any bus or car or something like that, or any truck. So wellness, it is related something with like similar to a sort of an ambulance or thing which improves the health of like women, right? So this is women's wellness on wheels. You can see this is actually an example to show you how women's wellness on wheels means. Women's wellness on wheels means, of course, it is movable. That's the idea. And recently we have seen the state of Tamil Nadu coming up with this initiative. Okay, so D is the right answer to this question. Across 38 districts to protect women from cancer. The next is, who is likely to become Pakistan's first Chief of Defense Forces, CDF they're talking about. Okay, so they have given, like, I'm sure you must be aware, the Army Chief of Pakistan is Asim Munir, and now he's got 5-star rank, like Field Marshal rank, etc. And now he's actually CDF, Chief of Defense Forces, a 5-year tenure. That is what you should be knowing. So he has promoted himself to Field Marshal, that is the 5-star rank officer in their country. And there were amendments that were done to strengthen or to give more powers to the Army Chief. So that was in the news. That is what you should know. The next is, where was Egypt's new natural gas field discovered? New natural gas. And so the right answer actually is option C, Western Desert. So Badr 15, Gomana, these are actually the names where actually the natural gas fields you will find. Now, so here it is this is actually Egypt, and I'm sure you must be aware of this, that this is called a Sinai Peninsula. One of the options was talking about Sinai Peninsula, but that is not the answer. Sinai Peninsula is a part of Egypt, but we have seen in this region, the western region, we have seen new natural gas coming up. Okay, so C is the right answer to this question. Although there was one option talking about Sinai Peninsula, which is of course there. Even Nile Delta is also in Egypt, but the answer was option C. Okay, so I'm sure you must be aware, Nile River starts from here, the White Nile, and the Blue Nile starts from Ethiopia. They meet at Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, and from there actually it goes north. This is called as Nile River, a very famous river, the longest river of the world. That's called as Nile River. It falls in Mediterranean Sea, and this region is called as Nile River Delta. Okay, the capital is Cairo, or what we call it as Kahira. And here you will find a very famous Suez Canal, that is too actually in Egypt. So these are famous like facts related with Egypt. Okay, so this is Egypt actually. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following companies became India's first car maker to sell 3 crore units? Very famous. Actually, it became very prominent in its journey of almost more than 40 years. They have sold in total 40 cars, which is of course a great initiative. So, which is a great thing. So, what is the right answer? Can anyone tell me? So the right answer is Maruti Suzuki. Of course, common sense says, 3 crore units. So the maximum is 34 lakh units they have sold WagonR, then Swift and other cars. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. The next one is Aditya L1 mission. VELC payload helped record that phenomenon in visible wavelength for the first time. Like we are talking about Aditya L1. First, you have to understand what is Aditya L1. So this is a mission. Aditya means sun. Of course, this is a mission to research on the sun. But of course, we cannot send any mission on the sun. So basically, we send the mission from Earth to L1 point. This is called as Lagrange point. L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. These are 5 points. What we call it as Lagrange point, where the net effective force, the gravitational force of sun, the earth, and the centrifugal force all actually balances out, and effective force here is 0. That's the idea behind this. So this is the L1 place where we have sent the mission Aditya L1 to research about sun's coronal mass ejection and many other things. So B is the right answer. And VELC is one of the payload that was sent through Aditya L1, which is researching about that. Okay, that's what you should know. The next one is National Legal Service Day is observed on which date? 8th November, 9th November, 10th November, 14th November. So actually the right answer is it's 9th November because 9th November 1987. Legal Services Act 1987 was enforced. So basically it was passed in 1987. It was enforced on 9th November 1995. That's why we observe 9th November as Legal Services Day. So Legal Services Act led to the establishment of what we call it as NALSA, National Legal Service Authority, whose job is to provide legal aid and lawyers to those who cannot afford, like those who are poor and vulnerables. Okay, that's the idea behind this. The next is David Cezale recently won 2025 Booker Prize for which novel? The Innocent, All That Man Is, Flash, Turbulence. What is the right answer? So the right answer is option C. Flash is the right answer to this question. Okay. So it was very much in the news in the month of November. However, International Booker Prize was given to an Indian lady called as Banu Mushtaq for her book Heart Lamp, translated from Kannada language to English language by Deepa Bhasti. So we have 2 types of award, like both have similar names. Booker Prize winner is David Cezale for the book Flesh, and International Booker Prize, the winner is Banu Mushtaq for her book Heart Lamp, which was translated to English by Deepa Bhasti. Okay. Let's move on. Who has been sworn in as the new US ambassador to India? I'm sure you must be aware of that, and it is an easy question. The right answer is option C. Sergio Gore is the right answer to this question. Took oath as the US ambassador to India. Okay, the next is which of the following countries will host the world's first solar hydrogen park? The right answer is option A. Belgium is the right answer to this question. Solar hydrogen park launched in Wallonia in Belgium. The next one is UNESCO global standard recently adopted is related to which emerging technology? Quantum computing, neurotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence regulation. The right answer is option B. Neurotechnology is the right answer to this question. First global standard on neurotechnology. Okay. The next one is which of the following DPSU, Defense Public Sector Unit. Public Sector Unit is a company which is having more than 50% share, generally 51% share with the government, and the rest is with the private. That's called as public sector enterprise, a public sector unit. DPSUs means defense related, which manufactures equipment related with defense. Which of the following was not among these granted as Mini Ratna status? So the right answer is D. The other three have been given. Okay. This. What is Mini Ratna? Major, you should know Mini Ratna, Navratna, and Maharatna. So these are classification of public sector enterprise. Okay. Now, how this classification is done? Mini Ratna category 1. So this is the definition. Category 2, Navaratna. And this is the highest top level. That's called as Maharatna companies. So these are the companies. Yes, Krishi Sachdeva, you're right. Huh? Right answer is D. Power Electronics in Maharashtra. Huh? Next is which of the following stadium in Delhi is said to be redeveloped as a sports city? Can anyone tell me? The right answer is option B, Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. B is the right answer to this question. Sports city in the national capital. Yes, you're right. So Deva. The next is which of the following Indian city has become the first traffic light free city in the country? This was very interesting even for me when I was reading about it. That how they have avoided any traffic lights. So the right answer is option C. Kota is the right answer to this question. So they have redesigned ring road in such a way that you don't need any traffics, etc. The next is which of the following state was named as best state under 6th National Water Awards 2024? The right answer is option A. Maharashtra is the right answer to this question. Okay. Followed by Gujarat, Haryana. Maharashtra wins first prize as best state in national water awards. Okay. Very good. Precious Deva, you're right. Which country is set to host COP32 in 2027? Now you should tell me who is going to host 2026 COP31 as well. And because last year COP30 happened in Belém, Brazil. So COP31 who is going to host and COP32 who is going to host? Yes, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, right? 32 ke liye. So COP32, Addis Ababa, and diplomatic capital of Africa also it is called, and headquarter of African Union. COP27 they'll host. As far as COP31 is concerned, there were some frictions between Turkey and Australia regarding it. So basically Turkey will be hosting it and Chris Bowen, who is from Australia, will be the president. So they have somehow or the other, they have shared it. That some of the meetings will happen in Australia, but final meeting will happen in Turkey. And Australia's a person from Australia will be the head of the state, will be the heading that, or the president of the COP, Conference of Parties under UNFCCC. I hope you understand what is COP32 under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. We have Conference of Parties happening every year since 1995. The first Conference of Parties happened in 1995, and COP32 is going to happen next year, that is in 2027. This year, COP31 will be happening in Antalya and Turkey. Okay. Last year wala was very famous. It became very famous last year. Of course, you should be knowing about it. Yes, the second WHO Traditional Medicine Global Summit was held where? Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad. What is the right answer? Not Antalya is not the capital. Ankara is the capital of Turkey. Okay. So here the right answer is option B, New Delhi. Traditional medicine, you understand? Ayush ministry जो होता है ना, उससे related जितना भी है, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopath. That's called as traditional medicine. Now the next one is which of the following state became the first to implement amended BharatNet scheme statewide? Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. So BharatNet scheme is actually to ensure broadband connectivity in villages, in panchayats and all. So they have amended means they have brought some changes. And first to implement is the state of Punjab. BharatNet scheme is already there, है ना? But there have been some changes have been brought in that scheme. So it is to provide optical fiber internet based internet connectivity in gram panchayats, right? That's the idea behind this. Almost 2.5 lakh or more than 2.5 lakh, है ना? Panchayats. Let's move on. Which of the following will host world's first wireless optical mesh network? Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Lisbon, Nairobi. What is the right answer? The right answer is option A. Rio de Janeiro. Tara is a Google X project in Rio de Janeiro. So this is Brazil. This is Rio, where this happened. The next one is 11th India Sri Lanka joint military exercise Mitra Shakti being held where? The right answer is option C, Belgavi, Karnataka, also called as Belgaum. Yes, very good. India Sri Lanka joint exercise Mitra Shakti 11. Okay. The next is Adani Group plans to build India's largest battery storage system where? The right answer is option D, Gujarat. Khavda is a place in Gujarat. 50 gigawatt hour capacity will be there. The next is which of the following countries will donate 8 cheetahs to India under Project Cheetah? The right answer is option A, Botswana. So I'm sure you must be aware. Earlier, we have taken from Namibia and South Africa. We have already brought 12 and 8. And one from 12, I think, from South Africa and 8 from Namibia. Or I think it's vice versa. But we have taken in total 20 cheetahs from Namibia and South Africa to Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Now we are taking from Botswana also 8 cheetahs under Project Cheetah. So here is Botswana. This is South Africa and Namibia. So from Namibia and South Africa, we have already brought cheetahs. Now we are taking it from Botswana to all the way to Kuno National Park in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Who among the following composed recent Grammy-nominated album Sounds of Kumbh? You know the very good Krishi Sachdeva. You know the Ayush Minister also, Minister of State, Independent Charge. Great. So Grammy Awards are actually given US-based award, very famous. So recently, Sounds of Kumbh. And B is the right answer. Siddhant Bhatia created Sounds of Kumbh. Okay. That's what you should know. And it's actually in the Grammys list. Let us see whether they'll win or not. Okay. But nomination mein gaya naam, so of course you should be knowing it. Next is who has been appointed as the chairperson of Joint Parliamentary Committee to examine 138th Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025. So 138 Amendment Bill talks about what? That if there is a minister, which includes the chief minister, the state minister, or a union cabinet minister, or even a prime minister, if they are arrested for 30 days by, let's say, some agency like ED, CBI, NIA, or any other agency, and they do not get bail after 30 days, and even if they are under trial, they will lose their ministership. That's the idea. So this includes even the state chief ministers, the state ministers, the prime minister, and the union ministers as well. So A is the right answer. Aparajit Sarangi is the right answer. So this bill has been sent to Joint Parliamentary Committee for further discussion, and the head of that Joint Committee is Aparajita Sarangi. Riddhi Bish, you have to cover 1 year current affairs. Okay. Now, why we are discussing November current affairs? Because some of you will be attempting some exam in May or June. Let's say Jamia Aligarh MHSET exam. So for that, this class which I am discussing will be important. Okay. And if you want to attempt CLAT 2027 in December, you can start current affairs from January onwards or December onwards. Okay. ठीक है, जनरली आइडिया होता है कि 1 ईयर का कंप्लीट करके जाना होता है ना, दैट्स आइडिया. सो कुछ लोग एमएच सेट के एग्जाम देंगे ना जून में, मई में अलीगढ़ जामिया BHU बहुत सारे एग्जाम देते हैं, तो उसमें ये सब काम आता है जो मैं बता रहा हूँ. दैट्स द आइडिया. ओके, next is Goga B Lake, recently declared as Ramsar site, is located where? So in the month of November, I think few sites were added from Bihar, है ना, so Katiyar, है ना, so and later on we have seen 2 more sites getting added in December. So now currently we are having 96 Ramsar sites, है ना. So the recent 2 addition are Silisir Lake, Rajasthan, and Kopra Jarashe in Chhattisgarh. So now right now in total we are having 96 Ramsar sites in India. And I'm sure you must be aware of what is called as Ramsar Convention. This was signed in 2nd February 1971. Ramsar is a city in Iran to protect wetlands. Wetlands, you can understand, is somewhere between land and lake. It's not a full-fledged lake, but somewhere in the middle. Zameen और lake के बीच में कहीं पे होता है ना. So wetlands are famous for high biodiversity, है ना. So 2nd February, that's why we celebrate 2nd February as World Wetland Day. Okay. The next is, which of the following 2 traditional Lepcha music? Lepcha actually is from Sikkim, na? Lepcha tribe have recently been received got GI tag. Right answer is A. Tongbok and Pomtong Polit received GI tag. So A is the right answer to this question. The next one is, India's first silk museum will be established in which city? Bengaluru, Mysuru, Kanchipuram, Srinagar. So right answer is option B, Mysuru. Okay. Next is exercise Malabar 2025 is a naval drill among which countries? So it was originally between India and US, later on Australia and Japan. The Quad countries also joined. So these are actually the same Quad countries: India, US, Japan, Australia. And recently, this time it happened in Guam. Guam is a territory of USA. Guam Island is there in Pacific Ocean. India, US, Japan, Australia. Major Quad naval drill exercise. Which of the following country has launched world's first licensed private astronaut training center? The right answer is option B, UAE, United Arab Emirates is the right answer to this question. The next is Garuda is a joint bilateral air exercise between India and, so the answer is France. And we have discussed time and again that Garuda is an Air Force exercise between India and France. Shakti is an army exercise between India and France. And Varuna is a navy exercise between India and France. Let's move on. Which of the following has officially made digital dirham legal tender recently? So dirham is being used. देखो सऊदी अरब में तो रियाल यूज होता है, इतना तो पता होगा. कुवैत दिनार KD यूज होता है, इतना तो पता होगा. दिरहम कहाँ यूज होता है? UAE में. So B is the right answer. Here KD is used, Real is used. I'm sure you must be aware. So India's largest solar park with integrated BESS has been launched in which state? BESS. BESS. The right answer is actually D, Rajasthan. BESS park in Bikaner. BESS stands for Battery Energy Storage System. You can see it here. Bikaner Kogal region. How many seats did National Democratic Alliance win in Bihar Assembly elections? 150, 180, 202, 225. The right answer is option C, 202 is the right answer to this question. Next is, yes, you can see. So the alliance, so there are 243 seats in total, and NDA-led alliance, which includes BJP, JDU of Mr. Nitish Kumar, who is the current Chief Minister of Bihar. And there are other parties also, but BJP and JDU are the 2 prominent parties of NDA alliance in Bihar. Okay, Nitish Kumar is having JDU, and BJP is also, both are actually from NDA. And on the opposite side was Mahagathbandhan, led by RJD and Congress. C is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following Indian states launched country's first drone city? Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka. The right answer is option B. Andhra Pradesh is the right answer to this question. Orvakal Industrial Area in Kurnool. India's first drone city at Orvakal, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Next is, which of the following state police forces became the first in India to achieve 100% response rate in cyber fraud calls? Kerala, Goa, Maharashtra, Karnataka. What is the right answer? The right answer is option B, Goa. Next is, where was the recent DR, Democratic Republic of Congo, M23 peace? M23 is a rebel group based in Rwanda, which is attacking Democratic Republic of Congo. But recently we have seen peace deal happening actually in Qatar. So D is the right answer. So here it is. Democratic Republic Congo, here is Rwanda. And Rwanda, there's an M23 rebel group which was fighting against Democratic Republic Congo. This is, we are talking in context of Africa. So they both met here in Qatar to achieve or reach some peace deal. That's the idea behind this. So D is the right answer. The capital of Qatar is Doha. I'm sure you must have heard this. The next is, who has recently been appointed as the chairman of Balasaheb Thackeray National Memorial Trust? The right answer is option C. Uddhav Thackeray is the right answer to this question. Next is, recently China's first bomber fighter patrol was conducted over which region? The right answer is option C, South China Sea. Okay, so they have conducted some. So this is actually South China Sea. This is China, and China wants to assert its influence in this region. This has been, like we have discussed so many times, that China wants. Even there are some islands, disputed islands also, which China wants to claim, which is disputed with Philippines and Vietnam. C is the right answer. The next one is Dhanush Srikanth recently won gold medal in which event at 2025 Deaf Olympics? Deaf Olympics means Olympics, which is where the players should be only deaf people, those who cannot hear. So the right answer is option B, air rifle. Dhanush Srikanth from India won it. He set a world record, wearing gold. Recently, scientists discovered RNA from a mammoth that lived how many years ago? This was actually very much in the news. The right answer is 39,000-year-old. So the right answer is option C. And it was found, RNA found in Siberian permafrost. Siberia, the middle of Russia, in Russia. And permafrost, it comes from the word permanent frost. So this is actually the layer on the earth, especially in Russia and Siberia region, where you will find permanent ice sheet. That's called as permafrost. So of course, I'm sure you must be aware, at a very cold temperature, the survival of fossil, like the fossils actually remain perfect for many years, because of course of cold temperature. So we have seen it, and this is actually the image of that mammoth has been found. Next is, which of the following regions recently hosted first ever tribal sports conclave? So the right answer is option C, Ladakh. So we are stopping this class here. Today I'll be meeting you at 8 p.m. That is Sunday at 8 p.m. with a static GK discussion. Okay, so do join me at 8 p.m. today. That will be very interesting, and you will learn a lot of things today. So please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.